I don't feel like you really had my back today. Like, I was really upset.
It's not my fault.
Today, Luann gets a wake-up call. Tinsley goes to first base on her first date.
I saw that.
Oh my God.
You were like a koala bear clipping onto him.
And Craig's pillow talk turns into a pillow fight.
And I've actually been a really good friend to her, so I really don't know what
F***ing friend you two is off right now. I'm not even talking.
This is your reality check.
There's no other slut that I am, but I'm for sure a kissing slut.
Welcome, everybody. How is it Thursday already? I don't know, but here we are. I am Lyndsey Rodrigues, and today Paige DeSorbo from Bravo's Summer House is with me. We also have People magazine writer and reporter Aurelie Corinthios. Welcome, lovely ladies. And sitting next to me right here is from BET's Games People Play. Please welcome Karen Obilom.
Hi.
We got a little girl band going on here.
Yeah.
We're going to have some fun. Why don't we dive right into our top 5? Lots to cover today. At number 5, 4 new couples are ready to find love at the altar. So on last night's season 9 premiere of Married at First Sight, 2 of the couples said I do, but one of the grooms did not have his family with him on his big day, and one of the brides hadn't been in a relationship for 10 years before her walk down the aisle. That's kind of a big step, right? To go from single to married after a decade.
Tiny step.
Would any of you ever get married at first sight?
No.
Are you kidding me?
In what world?
Well, it's worked for some people, like Jamie Otis and her husband Doug are still happily married 5 years later.
That's what you call luck.
That is good luck. Because usually, because I mean, I'm very specific with my men.
Yeah, but they have experts that tee you up with the right person.
Oh, experts?
Am I getting paid by Married at First Sight?
I'm like, experts? I'm not going to expert, you know, my soul? Dang, okay.
That's a hard no then from everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to number 4. There is a brand new charmer in town. Yesterday, Southern Charm New Orleans Reagan Charleston and her husband Reese Thomas welcomed their first baby, a beautiful daughter named Reese Ellis. Now, it's been a very stressful couple of days for the new parents, as less than 24 hours before Reagan was due to give birth, her hubby was hospitalized with appendicitis and told he'd have to stay there for a week. On the plus side, they could be bed buddies.
Yeah.
And they both had stuff coming out of their stomachs.
Yeah, I was like, why is
some
he on the bed?
No.
Wait a minute.
But are we hoping to see their wedding and maybe some of the baby journey on a 3rd season of Southern Charm?
She was the cutest pregnant person I think I've ever seen.
I mean, even like just 24 hours before, she still looks great.
Yeah, her hair was blown out. Her
How are
makeup
you
was
doing that?
She's yummy mummy.
Yeah, yummy mommy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if I get pregnant, call me yummy mommy.
Okay, you got it.
I want it from you.
It's a deal.
The accent's different. I like that.
At number 3, Paulie D poses productless. So yesterday, the Jersey Shore star tweeted a rare all-natural shirtless selfie, writing, "Haters will say it's sweat, no gel, beard, chest hair, outside." It's very specific. But what do you think? Do we like Paulie's au natural look, or do we prefer the Guido glam?
He looks the exact same.
I love it. No, you need to get a better look at it.
First
He does
of
this
all-
like once every 5 years. It's a huge deal. I love it.
Wow, and honestly, his hair, he has a great head of hair.
Yeah, he
does.
Why would you weigh that down with gel ever? Like, it's shining.
Yeah.
His little headband.
I guess it's just like it's become his shtick at this point.
Yeah, totally.
He's like,
It's like his
honestly, I
brand.
have to. He probably gets sad doing the gel every day. He's
I know,
like,
who has the time
is
for
me
it?
now.
Like,
I
come
wonder
on, like,
what
we're old
gel
now.
company
I know.
pays him.
I hope so.
He probably has one heat.
At number 2, Lisa Rinna and Miley Cyrus have become BFFs on Instagram. Miley commented on Rinna's Drunk Lisa post saying, "She's my best friend, she just doesn't know it yet." And then Lisa responded, "She knows," with a little heart emoji. And then Lisa's daughter Delilah got a bit jealous of the new friendship and posted at Miley Cyrus, "I'm better than Drunk Rinna, be my best friend." Have any of you ever wanted to steal your parents' best friends or vice versa?
No.
My mom's not as cool as Lisa Rinna.
No. My mom would not be on Instagram, first of all.
Yeah,
it's not even cool enough for that. I love you, Mom, but...
Yeah, I love your mum too, but she can barely text.
I know, yeah.
Having said that, my friends do love my mum. Like sometimes she lives in Australia, and like they'll go and have coffee and stuff with her and check in on her for me, which is really
Probably a
nice.
yummy mummy.
Oh, she's a yummy mummy.
Yeah.
She has to be.
She's the best mum.
Shout out to your yummy mummy.
Hi, mummy. And at number 1, Luann's life was anything but a cabaret on last night's episode of Real Housewives of New York, as her friends reached their limit with Luann's behavior, saying she's been selfish and way too caught up in her own world. Now, do you think her self-absorption has made her less likable, or are you still rooting for her in any way?
I kind of see where she was coming from with this episode, because it's like she didn't hear any of what her friend was saying in the car, and she's like, and then when she got to the thing, she's like, oh my God, it was awful. And so that caught her off guard. And I understand, like, if my friend did that to me, I'd be like, you didn't tell me anything. Why couldn't you tell me this before you made me seem bad, taking you to this AA meeting? But I mean, it's a very sensitive subject, so I just feel like she could have been more sensitive about it, because you don't know how Luann feels about it either. So.
Right, ladies.
I got what she was.
If I hear cabaret one more time,
seriously.
it's honestly all I can think about.
Let's go. I mean, well, she's an alcoholic, so I shouldn't say this, but I'm thinking like less cabaret, more cabernet, but probably not cabaret.
No.
And one fan tweeted this in Luann's defense, kind of. She said, she's never seemed to be a good friend to any of them. She's always acted like she was above, so why did they expect anything different from her? What do you think? Is Luann just a zebra that cannot change her spots? And yes, I say zebra because I'm Australian.
Zebra, I'll say it too.
I feel like life is about growing and evolving, and she definitely has made steps and strides. But yeah, she's kind of a little bit the same.
Because it's, I mean, I would say as long as you're not hurting people, but she is kind of hurting people. But that's also on them, how they choose to react to what she, because she's just living her life. Yeah. She's on the beach, she's chilling.
Right.
Taking photos with her poster. Yeah. To be fair, I would do.
But when she saw that poster, that was the cutest. She said, amazing.
I mean, I'm always rooting for her. I really want the best for her, but she was definitely like in the wrong.
Well, look, later on I'm going to have you ladies debate all about the lecturing of Luann that went down on last night's episode of Real Housewives of New York. But right now, why don't we talk about Babs? Babs has been feeling a little bit left out, so we're going to bring her into the conversation. And last night she finally aired her feelings with the ladies, but she was met with a lot of negativity.
They're like, what are you talking
If you guys would rather me go,
No, I think you want to leave.
You know that camp that your parents dropped you off at, and they were like, okay, see you in 6 weeks, and you're standing there by yourself and there's a bunch of mean girls? This is exactly what it feels like.
Aw, all right. So
I feel like we're the mean girls. We're like,
we're going to have an honest discussion about this. Were the ladies being mean girls, or has Babs not done enough to sort of insert herself into the friend group? Why don't you start?
I think you can always do more. Instead, I think the way she came at it was a little off. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna say it. You guys suck. So it's like there could have been a better way, maybe one-on-one. I think she just needed a friend. She just needed someone to, like, that's what Bethany did. She's like, she's like, hey, look at me. This is what you need. Like, stop crying and do this. She's like, okay. Yeah. And that's all she needed, really. And then she was fine after that.
She was fine after that, Aurelie.
Yeah, I think she just needed like a little bit of recognition or something from the rest of the group, and she needed to get that off her chest, and maybe it came out in the wrong way, but you know, she needed to make that step.
And Paige, I really want to hear from you, because you were the newest member of Summer House this year, though, and so like you had some experience at trying to like insert yourself into an existing group of friends. So what are your thoughts on this?
Anytime someone cries and says they feel left out, like my heart immediately breaks for them, and it's hard to say like, hey, I need a friend. Yeah. So that's a really tough position to be in. So I like that she said, look, guys, like I just feel like I'm being left out, and I think Bethany's like grabbing her and being like, you're not left out like this. I think that was great.
Yeah.
Before Bethany, they were not having it. They were like, okay, get it.
Get over it. Yeah, which is like.
Sadly, we didn't get time to talk about Tinsley's date, but my heart breaks for her too. I have to say, we'll come up with some advice for her a little bit later on. But when we come back from the break, it will be Luann versus everybody in another edition of Teeing Off, so don't go anywhere.
You are intolerable. You never change.
Careful when you leave the room in this group, huh?
Welcome back, everybody. I am still joined by the lovely Paige DeSorbo from Bravo's Summer House and Aurelie Corinthios from People Magazine. Guys, thanks for being here. And sitting next to me is Karen Obilom from BET's Games People Play. How you doing?
I'm good. How
First time guest. Are we treating you okay?
It's kind of nerve-wracking.
If you think this is nerve-wracking, just wait.
I'm having a great time.
Well, look, as promised, it is time for my guests to go head-to-head in a few rounds of Teeing Off. Yeah, who says only housewives can fight, all right? So look, here's what's going to happen. Karen, I'm going to get you to debate for the cabaret countess, Luann, and Paige, you'll be taking the point of view of all the other housewives. And then, Aurelie, seeing as you are such an expert, I would love for you to be the adjudicator and decide who wins each round of 3.
Got it?
Okay.
Don't be biased.
She won't be biased. She's an impartial judge. An impartial judge. So you'll each have 15 seconds on the clock to make your countdown. You will hear the buzzer when it's time to stop. You can finish your sentence, though, of course. First up, it is Luann versus Barbara, because after all Babs has done for Luann, she felt left by the wayside when Luann did not defend her.
I stopped my life for you. Like, really legit stopped my life for you.
No, I know you did.
That I don't feel like you really had my back today. Like, I was really upset. I really wanted you to come up to me and just give me a big Lou hug and tell me it's gonna be okay.
Okay, so now we have a little bit more context for this debate. Are we ready?
I think.
So, Karen, you're doing Luann, Paige, Barbara. Let's get 15 seconds on the clock. And Karen, you're going to start this. So there's a 15 seconds and go.
Well, I think y'all are being a little hard on Luann. She's just trying to live her best life. Okay, we're in Miami. We're by the beach. I'm trying to go to the beach. I'm trying to have a good time, okay? I don't need to just take care or baby someone because everyone's been in that position. You know, you have to baby a friend and bring to a party. And I just want you to be your own woman.
Well said. Okay. Let's get another 15 seconds on the clock so that Paige can take Barbara's side. So there's 15 seconds.
Karen,
Paige.
that's very good.
Thank you.
Okay, here's how I feel. If any one of your friends, even if they're wrong, comes to you and says, I don't feel like you're loving me enough, I don't feel appreciated enough, and then lists everything that they've done for you, and you just go in the pool, I feel like that's just a mean thing to do. I feel like nothing.
I feel nothing.
I feel nothing. Okay, Aurelie, you heard both sides of the coin. You need to pick a winner for this first round.
Both very good arguments. This is tough. I agree with you, though. When you're in Miami, you want to live it up, so Luann can win this round.
Okay, so that's 1 to Karen.
Yeah.
Yes, have the same haircut. I thought we had like a thing happening.
I can put on a wig and have the same hair, too.
Oh, my goodness. Impartial judge, impartial judge. Okay, so next up, it is Luann versus Sonia. Sonia claimed that Lou was not sensitive or supportive after the two attended an AA meeting, which completely rattled Sonia. Have a look.
She wanted me to go to the meeting, but then she doesn't come back here to hold my hand after the trauma I went through.
I'm still upset that Luann didn't come to my room last night when everybody else was there checking on me. And now she needs to go to the beach. I mean, not only should she be with me, but she should be with the group.
But Luann was not with the group. She was just having some me time. Have a look.
Hello. I was so happy to be out of the house and be on my own. You know, you just need time alone sometimes, and I just needed that time to clear my head and just chill.
Okay, so it's time for our second round of debate. Paige, I'll get you to start this time. You're going to bat for Sonia. Let's get 15 seconds on the clock. And there it is, and go.
I love Sonia so much. Okay, this is how I feel. If your friend, Sonia, is hammered, drunk, and then falls and potentially hits their head, she could have a concussion. You should always go and check on your friends. And she went to that meeting with her. She should have just checked in to see how she was doing.
Succinct and with 1 second to spare. Very good, Paige.
I got nervous. I got so nervous.
Karen, it's now time for your rebuttal from the point of view of Luann. 15 seconds on the clock, please.
Oh, gosh.
There it is. Okay, Karen, go.
Okay, well, like I said, still trying to live her life. And she did check on her, just not as quick as she wanted her to check on her. And I feel like if you have to be very sensitive with people that are in AA. And I think that she should have been more sensitive to that. And that's why I don't like the way she came at Luann like that. And I think Luann had her own reasoning.
Her own reasoning. Aurelie, our impartial judge.
Oh, God, this is hard. Both were good. I think this one has to go to Sonia because she did fall and hit her head.
Right?
Yeah. I think when a potentially serious head injury is, you know, a potential, then you just need to just pop your head in. Okay, so that's one apiece so far. This makes this the tiebreaker.
This is
and it's a good one. It is the battle royale, Luann versus Bethany. This has been building up for a while. Bethany has had several conversations with Luann about her selfishness, and at dinner last night, Bea finally reached her breaking point.
You're an asshole that didn't even have lunch with us today, that you go to look at your own poster.
And I needed to go and do that.
For cabaret, you left
I needed to go and do that.
I got it for free. You're sick.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to have a heart attack. You're going to have a heart attack.
Oh my goodness. It's so intense to even watch it back. So Paige, if you can tee off for Bethany, then Karen, once again, I'd like you to please go to bat for Luann. I'll let you start this one if we can get another 15 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
And go.
I think Bethany has every right to feel upset, but I think she could have gone at it a completely different way, not in front of everybody. And if she would have talked to Luann beforehand about that, this is her first time Luann even hearing about this. And she's yelling and stuff, so I just feel like Bethany could have gone at a better way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get another 15 seconds on the clock so that Paige can go to bat for Bethany. So let's get the 15 seconds. Just waiting for that now. There it is, and go.
I feel like Bethany sees Luann as a very good friend, and it's just been boiling up, and she just exploded, and that Luann should have really known after all the things that Bethany has done for her to say, hey, how are you doing? I know you've done a lot for me, but the time is freaking me out.
Yeah, that's, you don't look at it. You wait till the bell. You don't look at it.
Still very good
Team
under
Bethany,
pressure.
Team Bethany.
That's it.
Hashtag Team Bethany. Aurelie, it's up to you to pick the winner. I'm so glad I didn't have to do this.
I know, it's horrible. I have to go with Bethany on this one because, I mean, I am just, like, come on, her ex-boyfriend died.
I know.
You know,
I could see that she was like having a
yeah,
panic
it was
attack
clearly
and-
like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Paige, that makes you the winner of
I
teeing
don't
up
deserve
today.
it. You're way better to be.
I had a hard time because people are
You had a
against
harder
her.
one to defend.
Yeah.
It's true.
Try,
Yeah,
she
that's
has,
true.
I know she has a heart, okay,
You
guys?
both did a phenomenal job. And look, we still have one more episode of Real Housewives of New York with the ladies on vacation, so I'm sure there's going to be more Miami Heat. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I'm a dad. It's like dad jokes.
Yummy mommy joke.
Thank you. Yummy mommy jokes. I'm just not a mum yet. All right, well, Karen, thank you so much for being here. Guys, make sure you check her out on Games People Play, which airs on BET Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Thank you so much. Come back anytime.
Oh, I will.
Right now, we are going to take a very quick break, but when we return, we'll be talking all things Southern Charm, so don't go anywhere.
Take your drunk and whatever and shove it up your seriously, because that cannot be an excuse.
Welcome back to the show. It is time to head to Charleston to check in with some Southern charm. I don't know. I feel like I need to have a mint julep every time I talk about this show. Anyway, the girls' intense dinner confrontation continued last night with Danny explaining to Catherine that sometimes it's hard for her to tell her that she's hurt her feelings, and it all went downhill from there. Check it out.
You can't like have a mature conversation with us.
I'm not
Then
having a
don't sit here and be fake as shit.
I'm gonna go.
What's wrong? I thought you guys were friends.
We
What's
are,
going
and
on?
I've actually been a really good friend to her. So I really
I've
don't
been
know
a
what.
great f***ing friend to you two. Off right now. I'm not even talking.
Catherine, you're a joke right now. Sorry.
Oh boy, a lot of piling on there. Whose team are you on? Team Kat or Team Danny?
I'm gonna say Team Catherine just because she scares me. I don't ever want to be
on her bad side.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
gonna say,
See that? So both Team Catherine.
Yeah.
She is a bit of a badass, I have to say. Well, there was even more conflict on display at Craig's party when Chelsea then confronted Austin.
This wasn't just a one-time thing. She read me text messages from like months ago.
See, but why is she reading you text messages?
Why are you talking about me and my boyfriend and my sex life to your girlfriend?
All right, I find this all like really strange, and I want to know what the rules are here, because when you tell your partner something, should that just be a cone of silence and it's never to be repeated? Or I don't know, like what was Madison's end game even by showing Chelsea the messages? What do you guys think about all this?
I feel like Madison did that just to hurt Chelsea. Like, I feel like if you say something to your boyfriend when you're dating, like, that's it. That's the cone of silence. And then when you break up, like, you don't have a right to say that, though, like, back. So her saying that to Chelsea, I feel like it was just mean.
Yeah.
But Austin is wrong in so many other ways.
He does a lot of his own stuff, for sure. Aurelie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing as well. I was curious as to whether or not Madison was also maybe trying to get at Austin and get him into trouble, because obviously they've got their own little thing going on. The whole thing was a bit strange. Also strange, Shep, he intensely dislikes Madison so much, it makes me wonder if there's something deeper going on there, and I'm not the only one, because one viewer definitely thinks there's something more afoot. She tweeted, Shep's pathological hate of Madison makes me feel like she rejected him at some point. What do you think?
It has to be. I mean, like, what is the other explanation for like his bizarre hatred?
He called her diabolical. I was like, a little
That's
intense.
Yeah. He likens her to like Voldemort almost. I don't know. I mean, is it just that he's such a good friend?
So Austin? Scorned, I think.
So you don't think it's just that he's like, Austin's my bro?
I think it's that, but there has to be some other underlying reason.
Maybe some unrequited love.
Yeah, because he goes back and forth with Austin a lot. So like, I don't feel like he's like, oh, that's like my best friend. I don't want him to get hurt. Like, there's something else there.
Hopefully we find out what it is. Right now, though, it is time for one last break. But when we come back, we'll be hitting you with another great moment in reality TV history. So stick around. Welcome back. It's that time again. Time to throw back to season 6 of Real Housewives of New York City with this retro reality moment. Enjoy.
What are you talking about, Heather? This is not asthma going on here. This is more than asthma.
In this 2014 episode of The Real Housewives of New York, the cast convenes at Le Cirque for a dinner party where Aviva Drescher soon finds herself on the defensive. When the cast starts to question the truth behind some of her recent medical conditions, Aviva quickly goes on the offensive, throwing her latest x-rays on the table for all to see.
Take this off.
But Heather Thompson isn't buying it.
You say that you have never lied to any of us at the table. I find that laughable.
So Aviva ups the ante, claiming she's 100% genuine. Well, maybe 99%.
Let me tell you something, Heather. The only thing... Keep it together, Aviva. The only thing that is artificial or fake about me.
Safe to say, Aviva will always have a leg up on her fellow housewives, which is why this is one of the greatest moments in reality history.
They say this is the last straw. I mean, this is the last leg.
Look, we do a reality moment on every show. I don't think there's ever been anything better than that. What do you guys think?
Iconic.
Truly.
Like, truly
Truly.
iconic.
Like, you remember where you were the first time you saw it. Like,
God.
yeah.
It's actually, guys, there's something I want to tell you. No, I'm kidding. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out all show as well. What a treat having the two of you in the studio.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, you know that you're both welcome back anytime. You know, our house is your house. I can't remember how to say it in Spanish, and my last name's Rodriguez. What is wrong with me? Also, a big thank you to Karen for joining us today as well. No show tomorrow. Have a great weekend, and I am Lyndsey Rodrigues, and I will check you next week. Bye, guys.